And as a proud radical feminist, I believe in choice. And so after graduate school, I chose to apply to the Peace Corps, which was an interesting choice because it's not one a lot of people make after grad school. And so I waited for months in anticipation of getting that big, amazing envelope. Any Peace Corps people in the room? Anyone know anyone who served? Wow, this is a strange crowd for DC. But anyway, you get this big envelope in the mail, and you don't know where you're going to go in the world. So I opened it up, and I tore through all the sort of standard stuff, and I saw Malawi. Now, I didn't know anything about Malawi going in, but Malawi's in Southeast Africa. It's a small African country, and I was reading through the materials about what I would be doing, and I knew that the Peace Corps wanted me to teach biology at a high school, because I had a biology degree. And so I'm reading through the materials, and it says, you may have 400 students in your classes, and you will have limited resources, and you probably won't have running water and electricity. I'm going, oh, I can do this. This is great. I'm a good hippie. I camp, whatever. I'm totally into this. And I'm reading along, and I'm reading through like all the stuff, and it says, in Malawi, teachers are expected to dress professionally. And for men, this means button-down shirts and ties, and for women, this means ankle-length skirts and slips. And my brain went, wait a minute. If I'm going to be living without running water and electricity, essentially in a village in squalor, then I should be allowed to look like I'm living in a village in squalor. It's like the minimum thing, right? And I was pretty freaked out by this because as a radical feminist, I was just really against skirts. I felt like it was kind of a repressive thing in a lot of patriarchal cultures, and I like kind of put a lot of emphasis on this in my activism years in the Women's Center in college, and it was like a really big problem. And like all of the things that people worry about in Peace Corps, I wasn't worried about at all. I was really, really focused on this skirt issue. So I had to go out to the thrift stores. I like swallowed my pride and went out to the thrift stores, and I bought a bunch of ankle-length skirts, and I bought an actual slip, which was kind of hard to find like, in America. But I was like, I'm committed to doing this thing, and if this is what it really means, then I'm going to do it. So I flew out to Peace Corps Malawi, and during training, sure enough, this was emphasized over and over again. In Malawi, knees are like breasts. If you show them, people freak out. They will stare at you, and it was like a very big deal in Malawian culture. So I felt like I had to do this as a teacher in Malawi. So I went through the training, I landed at my school, and I'm like getting into the routine of this, and I'm bonding with my community and my female students. I'm figuring things out. And I didn't have a whole lot of selection of long skirts because I'd kind of been hasty in my thrift store buy before I left. So my mother sent me this package in the mail, and it was like the frumpiest, most missionary style, thick linen thing you can imagine. It was like purple and had this like ridiculous flower print on top. But it didn't matter at all. So I wore it to the big assembly, which was the big deal thing at the beginning of the week in school. And so I figured that because the linen was so thick that I did not need a slip. There was absolutely no way that anyone could see anything going on under this thick, ridiculous linen skirt that my mom had sent me. So the assembly was kind of like the big deal of the week. All the students were there, and the teacher sat in the front, and there was like a singing and announcements. So I felt like I needed to look my best, and so I wore this frumpy missionary thing without the slip. And I was walking back to my house to get a book that I had forgotten. And Ines, the head girl of the school, and girl students in Malawi are very shy and timid, but I had befriended Ines, and I was starting to get to know my girl students, and I felt like I was making a difference by just showing up as a female teacher. And so Ines comes up to me and she says, Madam, sorry, according to our culture, you must put on a half petticoat. And I'm like, half petticoat. Shit, she means a slip. And I'm like, but Ines, like, it's hot. I just couldn't imagine, you know, this was really, but madam, the boys, they are murmuring. Okay, I don't know what they're seeing, I don't know what the issue is, but I'm just going to wear the slip. I'm not going to be difficult here. And so I wore the slip and the skirt for my whole 2 years in Malawi. And really what I learned about wearing the skirt was it was a great way to bond with the women in Malawi and in my community. They were really like, they really appreciated that I took their culture on like that. The second thing I learned about skirts was that it was a great way to catch the breeze when it was really hot. And the third thing that I learned about skirts was it's easier to squat to pee. So I embraced the skirt somewhat, and I'm still a proud radical feminist who now occasionally chooses to wear a skirt.